Well, funny enough, the biggest challenge I think is probably not to be afraid of their women. Because I don't mean to say they should be brutal.
No.
We know how to do that. But there's the tendency is that we have a tendency to hear what our women say to us as criticism.
Yeah.
And so that puts us on the back foot. So when she's talking to us, we have a tendency to be defensive and strategic, and to say, well, you know, actually I didn't mean it like that, or actually, you know, well, really it was this, and rather than hear her, because a woman has a tremendous need to be heard and received emotionally. We call that in our theory, because that she needs to be received in the man's heart, so that the man has to have a strong enough heart, we say. In other words, you have to have a good enough self-concept and able to hear what she's saying without you completely freaking out about the criticism. And because there's a tendency in the way a woman talks to a man about relationship problems is where she sees it all as his fault, and he feels terribly blamed. It sounds like blame and criticism, and it goes horrendously wrong. Whereas if the man is able to, and I'm not saying this is easy, this is a skill, is to imagine she's unhappy, she needs me to become less unhappy, I'll be there for her to hear this, and maybe I'll learn something too, and if my woman is happy, my life is going to be so much better anyway. So the fear of her and the fear of her criticism, it actually makes things worse, because not only do you not receive her, but it drives her mad in a way. Yeah, where she feels you're afraid of her. It's a bit like, you know, with wasps and hornets or horses. They know you're afraid, you're in trouble.
Oh yeah.
Because they feel uncontained.
Okay. So the woman really needs to feel contained.
Well, when women talk about what they want, is they want to feel met.
Yeah.
And they want their reality to be taken into account. And they want to have, you know, this is an old thing. Freud is said to have gone to his death not being able to solve the question, what do women want?
Yeah.
Jung was much better. He said women want sovereignty.
Okay.
That means they want to be their own queen. They want to feel they're your queen. They want to be listened to, respected, loved. They don't want to frighten you out of the room. If they can frighten you out of the room, and that's incidentally where violence comes in, because the man only goes violent when he feels he can't contain his own emotions, either of rage, exasperation, or fear. Yeah. You know, if they become something that frightens you, the whole situation is unsafe. Their distress should be something that makes you more patient.
Okay. So is there a way out of that?
You have to learn this.
How? How do we learn this?
Well, this is a skill. So one of the reasons one of the ways that we help guys learn this is we get them to practice amongst themselves first. So in the men's groups, we do a lot of men's groups in order to help people get better at relationship. In our theory, if you can stand in what we call our gender ground, you've got somewhere much more solid to stand in the difficult business of relationship when two genders come together.